Right, why wouldn't you call yourself Kid Flash or the Reverse Flash? They're both the Yellow Flash! Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Let's Shit on the Right Wing show. I still haven't got around to making that title card. How are we all doing today? So, I came across this guy after just doing my usual, searching for the wokeness in Doctor Who. Now, as obviously most of you probably already know by now, this is extremely pre-recorded, and by the time of recording, Boom has yet to release, as I'm on holiday. I am working on something while I'm away in Cardiff, which I think might be a little bit of a funny kind of silly video, which should release next week, which also just so happens to be June, and obviously June is Pride Month, so I've got something special planned for that as well. So, without further ado, let's get on with this guy who, if you can't tell already from that little intro, is called the Yellow Flash. Now, just gonna point out, I know exactly why they're not going by Reverse Flash or Kid Flash. That's copyright reasons, that's obvious. But just, yeah, it's just a funny little joke. Why do I need to clarify a joke? I don't. Without further ado, let's get into it! Wait. Something's wrong with the sprite. 2 seconds. Well, if you're going to be known as Yellow Flash, I think I should be known as Red Flash for one video. This Flash sprite, which I think is absolutely amazing by the way, was also created by my partner Ember Crayons. Link in the description. There's their Instagram. Go give them a follow, as they do quite a bit of work doing their own kind of fan arts and unique arts. So do give them a look, do give them a check out. Fantastic. Thank you. Well, now that this joke's aside, and we're going to stick with this for the rest of the episode, let's get into the actual video.
The moment that it jumped over to this Jodie Whittaker version, they've been losing fans. And then they thought they could revive the series by bringing back Russell T Davies, who helped reinvent the show and make it more popular than ever, from what I understand. Because I'm not really a big Doctor Who guy, but this shit is just too crazy not to cover. And I'm gonna get into it in a second. But why I wanted to show this is for the people that don't know what's going on. Like, this has been a fractured fan base for a while, and now they're actively trying to get rid of a lot of the people that were tuning in all the time so they can replace them with a more woke audience, because that always works out, right?
I think I've made this point in another video that the only reason Jodie Whittaker's Doctor divided the community before she even started was because there were people that didn't like the fact that the Doctor was not a straight white guy anymore. But I did come across a TikTok that I think actually describes this better. I'm going to leave a link to the account down in the description, as well as a QR code. But here's the clip.
Why was it that you only started having a problem with the show when the Doctor became a character who wasn't a straight white man? What is it about someone being of a different race and gender that offends you? The Doctor is an alien who regenerates their entire body. How could it possibly ever make sense that the Doctor is always a straight white man? It's just not reflective of the world we live in. Like, just go outside. And despite what the critics are saying, Gatwa nor Davies has ever claimed that the show is inherently good just because it's diverse. All they have said is that diversity in of itself is a good thing, which of course it is.
Now, this video came in as a response to Critic's reaction over a Variety quote from Variety magazine, which stated, "Do you know what? It makes perfect sense to me," Gatwa, who was born in Rwanda and raised in Scotland, said about his casting. I feel like anyone who has a problem with someone who's not a straight white man playing this character, you're not really a true fan of the show because you've not been watching. The show is about regeneration and the Doctor is an alien. Why would they only choose to be one sort of person? Now, this quote, obviously, straight from Gatwa, and it makes a lot of sense. So people were only divided about this before Jodie Whittaker's introduction, because most people were like, oh, cool, the Doctor's finally a woman, which, by the way, was one of the choices of casting for the Sixth Doctor back in whenever the Sixth Doctor was, the 80s? Back in the 80s? It was the 80s, wasn't it? It was all kind of hit and miss back then, wasn't it? But the other half had an issue. The minority had the issue with the Doctor not being a straight white guy, and this kind of blew all of them out the woodwork. Yeah, quite a few of them were already kind of going out of the woodwork because there was a lesbian companion in Series 10, and let's not forget the kiss between Vastra and Jenny in Series 8, because I remember a lot of uproar about that, and it's just me being confused. Is the uproar because of the gay, or because it was with a Silurian? I didn't understand. Obviously, eventually I found out that it was because it was gay, or over the Silurian part. But this is just kind of rhetoric throughout history. I have absolutely no idea what the uproar was over Jack's flirting back in Series 1 and downright kissing the Doctor in Series 1. Honestly, mate, this guy has already kind of stated that he's not really a fan of the show, and so he kind of has no idea what he's talking about, in my opinion.
But check out some of this. This has been the talk of the town since May 10th, when all of this, I'm assuming, debuted. And you have this actor who won RuPaul's Drag Race, by the way. Just watch this scene. It's 19 seconds. This shit is crazy.
Henry, get away from him.
Them.
What?
Me.
What?
I'm them.
You're who?
You're who? Nice to see you again, kiddo.
You know each other.
That's my daddy.
Well, what a shocking turn of events when I tell you that the ratings for Doctor Who have plummeted. And what's funny is before this even happened, Ncuti Gatwa said, go touch grass. For those who are mad about his casting, don't watch, turn off the TV, go and touch grass, please, for God's sake. And this is just a long line of these people attacking fandom. I just want to point that out. And they continue to lose ratings year after year after year.
I honestly really hope this guy goes on about the overnight BBC One only ratings. You know, the people that tuned into BBC One after most likely watching it already on the Saturday morning. Obviously, if you're going to tune into if you've already watched the episode, you're most likely not going to tune into BBC One. With it releasing at midnight, most people are going to watch it first thing on Saturday morning if they're not busy. Those that are busy will tune in at BBC One. Those that want to rewatch it will tune in on BBC One. But like with it releasing at midnight, you could watch it throughout the entirety of Saturday before it's airing on BBC One on the Saturday night, because it's already on iPlayer. That makes the entire argument that Doctor Who is dead because because the ratings are absolutely terrible on BBC One completely null and void, considering all of the weekly kind of ratings and that they got for all the streaming services. Like streaming services ratings, they go up a week later. So at the time of recording, it's obviously Friday now, midnight tonight, Boom is going to air. But about tomorrow-ish, like the 18th, I predict that's when all the ratings are actually going to come out, and then we'll be able to talk about it. Obviously, you all have already seen them, I assume, so I haven't yet. So this point is most likely, well, I don't know, it's either going to go up or down.
They've been blaming the ratings on weather. That's a real thing that got brought up. Oh, well, the weather was nice. That's why people didn't show up. Master of the TDS posted that. Doctor Who is tracking poorly. Quick, blame the weather. Due to the show's new streaming first release schedule, overnight ratings became even more relevant than they already are in 2024. For a start, these overnight figures do not include pre-transmission or devices, so viewers who watched on iPlayer in the 18 hours before it was shown on BBC One are not included. Another factor to consider was the warm weather and the time of the year the show is airing. Sure.
I will admit, that is stupid. You didn't need to add that other factor in. You'd said everything already. All the logic was there. Oh no. Oh no. But I'll admit, blaming the weather is actually stupid. And that's coming from me.
There's more. Shocking turn of events. Shooty Gatwa responds to the istophobes. Turn off the TV and go outside and touch grass. And now he says, after the ratings have come out, he feels sad for those tuning out because of diversity, which isn't why they're tuning out. It's because you've made diversity the product. You've made that the show.
Have they?
My home will die. That's where I used to live when I was a little boy, down there.
Seriously, both of us.
That won't last. He's gay and she's an alien.
I'm not blaming you.
You are worth fighting for. Wish I'd never met you, Doctor. I was much better off as a coward.
Jane Austen. Amazing writer, brilliant comic observer, and strictly amongst ourselves, a phenomenal kisser.
I'm the Doctor.
You know who you remind me of?
Yes, probably a chap with a big...
My second wife.
She's the one who told me to go and talk to him. And now we've been married for 5 years.
This person you want to marry, black.
Yes.
I know what people think of me, but perhaps I'm a little more liberal.
He is.
I think the moon is far enough for now. Don't you, Mr. Delaware? I figured it might be.
I like to imagine this is the face any right-winger pulled after these comments were made. Now, there is a reason I put those clips there from those different stories. I know probably a lot of you are probably thinking those are just person comments. Not all of them. They were used as explanations, such as Day in the Moon, where it was used as an explanation for why Canton had been fired from the FBI, which was a long plot point throughout the entire two-part story. Jane Austen with Clara, there was a lot with her throughout 12's era, with Clara having it being insinuated that Clara was in a relationship with Jane Austen. Captain Jack giving the kiss to the Doctor sets up the stuff in Torchwood, and then future Doctor Who, where Captain Jack is openly bisexual, pansexual, whatever. And fucking Luke Smith, the Sarah Jane Adventures, that setup started in Death of the Doctor, in the very beginning opening, where Luke describes Sanjay, and yeah, it's passed off as him doing it as to play a joke on Clyde, but you can see with the music, it's insinuated that there's a spark and something more in there. So, Doctor Who has always been diverse, all of this has always been there, and these plot points have always been used. Fucking Cassandra, second episode of the revival series, Cassandra makes a passing comment that makes them come out as, that makes her come across as trans.
And that's not what people are tuning in for. They're tuning in to see Doctor Who, not a race lecture. The star of the most recent episode, the villain, came out and also said this. For every phobic comment from a Doctor Who fan that we lose this season, there are going to be 3 to 5 new fans who are coming in for the representation. So to those fans who are not fans, I say don't let the door hit you on the way out. Well, those record low ratings, where are those 3 to 5 new fans? Where are they? Because they haven't been showing up since Jodie Whittaker. In fact, you just keep losing people left and right. And I'm here to laugh at it.
And that's coming from someone who has said that they're not really a fan of the show. The whole point of this, and shows like Doctor Who, shows that are diverse, will always have people saying that this is bad and it's being toxic to people's minds, and they're going to call it trash and say it's ruining what they used to love. So just watch what you used to love. If you don't like it or choose to black out things, that, like the clips that I put earlier on in the video, if you want to blank those out, go ahead. If you don't want it in your face, if you don't want life in your face, if you don't want people that are in your face to be in your face, then go ahead and blank it out. Oh, my voice is now dying. Here we go again.
Shooty got one. Russell T. Davis signal upcoming Doctor Who Space Babies will be a politically driven nightmare for fans. Great. Keep subverting expectations. Keep attacking fans. Keep doing things that fans don't want to see. And we'll see how this works out for you. This show we might see a record collapse in ratings with this. And I'm not talking about just for Doctor Who. I mean in general. And man, that would be glorious. Talk about sending a message. And that's what you should do. Don't watch this show. Don't watch it on Disney. Don't watch it on BBC. Don't watch it. You know it's going to be shit. Unless you're making review content for people to laugh at because this shit is funny. Don't watch it. Don't watch this show.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Don't watch this show unless you're making review content. In serious notes, should it be that the viewer's choice they want to watch it or not? Like, I've said this time and time and time again. If you don't like it, don't watch it. And even if you don't like it and you still want to make review content on it, read it as an unbiased review like most people do. Instead of just saying, this is shit, this is shit, this is shit, this is all going to be shit because it's got one woke thing in it. Which is what most of these guys that I've covered are doing. Or they're pulling things from out of the bags, tiny little details into the video, into each episode, saying, this was woke, toxic, poisoning your children's minds, don't let them watch it, and let's not watch the show. I believe the term is boycott. So I believe they all want to boycott the show. It will make sense because that seems to be the right wing's main go-to. If they don't agree with something, then their first instinct seems to be to boycott stuff. And you saw it with Target. It was either last year or the year before. You saw it with Bud Light, but then again, let's be real. Bud Light was never a decent drink to begin with, but it does kind of you are proving my point. So that's where I'm going to end it for this video. If you did enjoy, then please do leave a like. Obviously, don't send any hate over to anyone that I cover. I should really get into the habit of saying this at the end of each video, but I haven't, and I should. So, yeah. But thanks for watching, and yeah, obviously right now I'm in Cardiff, so I'll be doing I'll be kind of filming a special video for next week, which is completely silly and I don't understand why I'm doing it, but you've got that to look forward to. After that, we'll return back with our regularly scheduled Let's Shit on the Right Wing show with someone, well, yeah, with no idea. I've got quite a few people on the list and I'm working on multiple at once. So, yeah, thank you very much and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.